Hi, Ink Teacher here with another tutorial on drawing the human figure. This is the second tutorial about drawing the chest barrel, and I'd like to, this is the drawing from the last one, I'd like to talk about how often when I'm drawing the chest barrel I'll divide it in half on the front side or the back side, and though that becomes very helpful guides, especially in locating in placing the neck and head. And also I was showing you how cubifying it helps give directional lines, that kind of putting directional lines, really what it does is it kind of like gives it handles, so that when you start to rotate it and change it and tweak it, it's really a great way to define exactly where the chest barrel is, because if you're working just with an egg shape it becomes confusing exactly which way it's facing. But if you want to really take control of the 3D, of the sense of 3D, drawing it with directional lines in there in kind of a cubified fashion is very helpful. Something else I do really want to spend time talking about is, even though I've thrown a directional line onto the top of the chest barrel here, it's really been helpful for me not to square off the chest barrel at the top. The more that I emphasize this arc up here, the more natural it seems my figures turn out. So when I'm drawing a chest barrel, I really want to think of the fact that everything, it's because of the arms and the shoulders, and really it frees up the shoulders a lot not to square off the chest barrel. A lot of the times when I'm doing directional lines, you know, it's like, okay, it was kind of not clear where exactly the chest barrel was going until I added some of these. And this is, you know, these aren't straight lines, yet they're just as effective in determining exactly the different planes of the chest barrel and the direction and exactly where it's taking place in 3D space. And I'll go ahead and introduce planes too. Planes are a really incredible way of drawing the human figure. These are, you know, basically the side plane, the upper chest barrel plane, the lower chest barrel plane. Very helpful for manipulating a human figure in 3D space. So, you know, as you can see here, you would think of you know, this is more of a teardrop, because basically, you know, you're drawing the lower rib cage down here and some of the muscles involved, you know, around the digestive system and everything. And then you jump to these muscles coming off the neck, and when you're drawing the chest barrel, what you would think of as the mast of the upper chest is you're going to draw that later. Not on it. It's not going to be part of your chest barrel shape. It's going to be part of the shoulder shape that we'll add in later. So you want to think of the chest barrel as being more of almost like this teardrop shape that is going to be hidden underneath the large muscle masses and bone of the shoulder that moves around a lot on top of this chest barrel. So what you would think of as the upper chest, I haven't drawn in here. I've drawn, you know, essentially what I am drawing with the chest barrel, muscles of the upper neck and a lot of the rib cage. I have found it helpful to go ahead and take time drawing skeletons a little bit, just to have a little bit more understanding of some of you know, some of the understructure of these forms that I spend a lot of time drawing. And the tear shape is exactly what the skeleton, the ribs look like. You know, it's you know, here's the neck here, and I really like to think of it as like this raindrop underneath. In the front you have, I'm awful with knowing names, you have the breastbone right here, and you know, the ribs only go so far. They kind of open up and down here and move off here. It's the overall shape that I'm thinking about here. When we think of the chest, we're thinking of, you know, what we see is a lot of the, you know, muscle and everything that makes up for the shoulders and arms that are just as movable as the neck and head. They are very versatile, and when drawing the chest barrel, the constant that we're drawing, you know, the thing that we can draw in a simple form that for the most part doesn't change is hidden underneath these forms here. So once again, thank you for watching one of my tutorials, and please take the time to watch some of my animation work at solomation.com. It's a independent animated film that I'll be putting out in episodes, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I hope that you have a great time drawing, and have a good day.